I'm Sarah and you are watching Ken Sarah DIY It. Today I am going to do a video on dyeing knitwear. So hopefully this turns out well. I had a yarn shop, for those of you that don't know, and when I had my yarn shop for a part of it, for like maybe half of it, I had my own yarn line that I custom dyed myself, and I did it out of my home. I still have all of my stuff and I still have a ton of undyed yarn. So for this market that I'm doing coming up, I knit a bunch of undyed hats and mittens, and I actually had my mom do a bunch too. And so today what I'm doing is I'm going to be dyeing the knit items. So not the yarn, but the knit items. I will pop up a bunch of pictures of me at the yarn shop, some of my yarn, things like that, so that you can see what I'm talking about. But today I'm gonna be mixing up some of these dyes. Now I will be wearing a respirator and gloves during the mixing process. Once it is no longer in the powder form and it's in the liquid form, it is no longer a danger. But when it's in the powder form, these specific dyes, you don't want to breathe them in. So yeah, you want to wear a respirator for that part. Once they're in liquid form, you don't have to wear a respirator anymore. So anyway, I am going to just show you the process. I am sort of trying this out and we'll see how it goes. But what I'm going for is kind of a tie-dye vibe. And so here goes nothing. I will show you my process and hopefully we have good results. And this is a great video. So when I'm using acid dyes, you need an acid, and that is going to activate the dye, and you need heat, and that's going to lock the dye in. And that is with natural fibers. That's what acid dye is. It's for wool or any like animal made fibers. I have, let me show you an example. So I have this hat and this pair of mittens. You can see they're hand knit. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some rubber bands. This is me totally experimenting, and I am going to rubber band them. And when I am done, they are going to look something like this, okay? Wish me luck, I hope this works. Now, these are dry. Normally, I soak my yarn before I dye it, but I wanted to try and see if I could get this like to have like white spots. So I'm rubber banding. So this is the hat. And now for the mitten, I was just gonna do one spot, but maybe on these I'll do a couple spots. So I'm thinking it's cool to have the cuffs the same, like more solid color, and then the top of the mittens to have it more tie-dye-esque. So here is one set, and I'm gonna keep it together. Then I'm going to put them in a Ziploc bag. Then I'm going to put them in boiling water, or like simmering water, for 30 to 40 minutes. I'll take you along on my journey. You'll get to see everything. Fingers crossed this works. If it does not work, this will never see the light of day. I just want to take a moment to thank the ladies that are hosting this playlist. Tammy from The Rusted Willow, Ellie from DIY From House to Home, and their guest co-host, Our Gray House. This is a wonderful playlist, Hello Winter, and make sure to drop down into my description box to find the playlist so that you can watch the rest of the videos and get inspired for wintertime DIYs. So now that all of the yarn is, well, I guess it's not yarn. Now that all of the hats and mittens are rubber banded, bagged up, the dye with the citric acid is on them and in the bags, I am going to get a pot, one of my dyeing pots, and put it on the stove with some water in it and get it to a simmer. You don't want it to be boiling. And I'm gonna just throw the Ziploc bags in for 30-40 minutes. One thing that I will tell you is that if you use this particular dye, the jacquard dyes that I use, or the Dharma dyes, they're not food safe. So if you use a microwave, if you put them in your oven, you cannot use that microwave or oven for food going forward. I have dye pots that I use, and those pots are not used for food. So just the PSA, do not use, like, the measuring utensils I use for dye, those do not get used for food. After simmering for 30 to 40 minutes, I let everything cool down before removing all of the rubber bands and getting most of the water out of all of the hats and mittens. And then I laid everything flat to dry overnight. Thank you so much for watching my video. Don't forget to drop down into the description box to watch the rest of the playlist. The link will be down there. I really love how all of these turned out. I'm so thrilled. I definitely was trying something new, but I am so psyched that it worked out, and I'm definitely going to try this again, and maybe even with bigger items. If you are interested in me doing any knit or crochet videos, please comment below and let me know, because I definitely can do that, and I think that would be a lot of fun. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great week. Thanks so much. Goodbye.
It's cold outside, but the fire keeps us warm. We can spend the night underneath the mistletoe. And I've gotten you a present that I put under the tree. Tomorrow it is